Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky child was sent to the hospital after a dog attack. And some Kentucky doctors are working to stop a sudden surge of monkeypox.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 5:30 on Tuesday, May 14th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. In the mid-50s outside our doors.
And we will check back in with Tim in just a few minutes. But for now, a child from Whitley County is recovering in a Tennessee hospital after an attack by a group of dogs. It happened after a family went to a home on Johnny Hollow Road in Rockholds. The parents told the children to stay in the car, but the 2-year-old slipped out and was attacked. Animal control officers and others rounded up 4 dogs, but they believe there could have been more. The emergency management director was also bitten.
I think in certain circumstances when dogs get aggressive together, there's a level of competition and it kind of builds on itself, and that may have been part of the circumstance today.
The dogs were taken to an animal shelter for what is called bite hold, which is similar to quarantine while the investigation takes place. In Clark County, an investigation is underway after a child was bitten by a dog there. The animal shelter says it happened on Legacy Grove just before 9 Sunday morning. They say the dog owner was present, but no one was able to identify or reach them. The shelter says the dog is described as a male large black pit bull breed. If you know anything about the dog, its owner, or the incident, call the Clark County Health Department or animal shelter. A man is accused of almost hitting a KSP trooper in Rockcastle County. Thomas Deese is charged with fleeing, resisting arrest, and wanton endangerment. His arrest citation shows a trooper trying to stop him earlier this month. The trooper says Deese had an active warrant. The citation says Deese took off in his car and almost hit the trooper. They later found the car abandoned. Troopers found Deese about a week later. A Madison County man is facing drug trafficking charges in Wayne County. Through an investigation by the sheriff's office, the man traveled there Sunday carrying illegal narcotics and a gun. During a traffic stop, police found the gun and the narcotics. Robert Newcomb admitted to being a convicted felon and having marijuana in the vehicle. After Newcomb was arrested, police found 3 bags of meth, 2 bags of marijuana, and other drug paraphernalia in the vehicle. Police in Pulaski County are asking for help finding a woman who they say was last seen in Somerset. Sarah Stevens, or Alicia Jasper, was last seen leaving her home at around 10:30 Sunday night in the Winter Circle Drive area. Somerset PD says she is 4 feet 11 inches tall and weighs 95 pounds. She has green eyes and reddish hair and was last seen wearing black clothing. Now, if you have any information, you are asked to call 911. Fire crews in southern Kentucky responded to a structure fire late Sunday night. Just before midnight, the Monticello Fire Department in Wayne County was called to a storage building on fire just off East Highway 92. They say the building was right next to a home. Crews were able to contain and extinguish the fire before it spread. No injuries have been reported. Doctors at the University of Kentucky are hoping to stop a surge of Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, from progressing. They're holding a free vaccine clinic this week. Dr. Nicholas Van Sickles with UK Healthcare says Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, surged in 2022 and 2023, and then there was a bit of a lull. But cases seem to be on the rise again. Mpox is an infectious disease that spreads through close contact. Dr. Van Sickles says what's most recognizable if someone has it is a rash.
In the beginning, you might get fevers or chills, or you might not. You might just get the rash, and you get these blisters that pop up in different areas of the body. They can spread or they can stay in that one area, and they can be really painful. They can leave scars. You have to isolate for quite a bit of time after you have it.
Dr. Van Sickles says in some cases, Mpox can be deadly. He says the cases they're seeing currently are in people who are unvaccinated or who have only gotten one dose of the 2-dose vaccine. The primary election is quickly approaching in the Commonwealth. Next Tuesday, May 21st, Kentuckians will go to the polls for several races. In the past couple of years, the way voters filled out their ballots might have changed in some places. Knott County Clerk Reese Cornett says they have gotten used to the new system.
We use our iPad like right now for excused voting, and we don't use our iPad until we start voting. But no, we've had no problems because all they do on those is just sign their name, and then we make sure we got there in the precinct they're supposed to be in.
Cornett says excused in-person absentee voting continues through Wednesday, and unexcused in-person voting is from Thursday until Saturday. Senate President Robert Stivers raised big money for a possible challenge, but ended up unopposed in his primary. The Kentucky Lantern reports Stivers raised more than $500,000 with no race to run. Stivers has been able to contribute to other Republican campaigns and to some charities. Stivers also held a dinner in Louisville to celebrate being unopposed. Officials with the Transportation Cabinet District out of Pikeville have announced traffic delays and lane reductions for a section of US 23 in Pike County. The lane reductions and traffic delays will be near the Cedar Creek Cambly Boulevard exit. City of Pikeville officials are doing a permitted utility rehab project at milepoint 24.3 to rehabilitate and repair utilities that run under the bridge and project area. The work is expected to last 3 to 4 weeks. With the future of TikTok up for debate, a Lexington-based content creator shares how she's grown her business through social media over the years and why clients now reach out to her because of what they've seen on the video share app. Grayson Passmore tells us why she's not concerned about a potential TikTok ban and why some creators might be.
Story time. It started as a fun way to pass time with her family during the COVID-19 pandemic. But more than 100,000 followers and close to 4 million likes on TikTok later.
Untold story of real estate in Lexington, Kentucky.
Whitney Panel says it's become another way to grow her business.
I wanted to be ahead of the curve, and I wanted to be a trendsetter.
Known as Mama Panel on TikTok, Whitney first started out on Facebook in 2007, then continued to grow her following and real estate business over on Instagram. TikTok became another social media site to build her brand and a larger clientele.
People that follow me on TikTok will call me and want to list their house with me or want me to help them buy, and I hardly even have to interview anymore because they already know my personality through my social media.
Like most creators, Panel has been following the TikTok news out of Washington, D.C. the past couple of weeks. President Joe Biden signed a bill that would ban the video sharing app from being downloaded in the U.S. unless the site owner, a Chinese company, ByteDance, sells TikTok to a non-Chinese buyer within the year.
If TikTok went away, I would be fine. I would use other platforms.
ByteDance is already suing the federal government, but there could be a lengthy battle ahead.
So I don't put all of my eggs in the TikTok basket or the Instagram basket. You have to really diversify on all your platforms.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Panel's son Parker has also built a career from social media. He's now an actor, YouTuber, and content creator with millions of followers living and working in Los Angeles. When we return, Donald Glover is going on tour again after a surprise remix of his 2020 album.
And the satellite weather composite still showing a scattering of some showers across eastern portions of Kentucky. Is this the way the day is going to go? We'll let you know. The first alert 7-day forecast is coming up. Yes, the umbrella is going to be a theme. All coming up after the break.